Wow, it's been some time. Hello my beautiful babies. So today I'm gonna just jump right into the video because I don't want it to be too long, but I want to do like my makeup video, my makeup that I did for graduation. I may not do the exact lips, but I did wear a red lip. If you guys are wondering, I'll like put the colors down below. But yeah, I'm gonna do the same eye because I love it. I already primed with my e.l.f. poreless face primer. This stuff has my skin feeling like soap right now and I can't like stop touching it, so we need to get rolling. But yeah, graduation was very intense. It's been an intense like last 2 months actually. Like trying to finish up my practicum was like the worst ever. Like it was so intense. Just because I think the whole class just had issues with practicum because of just like scheduling dates and stuff like that. So it was a little difficult for everyone. I'm just using my pressed powder, and this is the soft focused one by Black Radiance. Love this stuff, and this one is in creamy bronze finish. I love it. I use this instead of my like loose powder now because it actually was making my foundation lighter. So since I put it on first and then put my foundation on afterwards, so I decided to just use a powder that actually matched my skin. I'm gonna turn this way because my mirror is actually over here, so sorry, I just can't see. So yeah, practicum was a mess trying to get done. It was just so intense. But after that was done, then of course graduation came around, and my older sister actually graduated the same time as me. She graduated the day before me, and her school is 3 hours away from where I currently go to school. So I have been like dreading this for a year because her school actually always started later than us and then finished earlier, and like normally by like the last week of April they're getting their graduations out of the way. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be lit, not gonna have any issues. Mine's is gonna be in May for sure. Like I knew the date since I started the nursing program, so I was like, oh, it's gonna be fine. Well, then this year they decided to extend their school calendar and their graduation fell the day before mine. So since last year I've been like, oh my god, I've been dreading it because I knew I was gonna have to drive from my school to her school, then drive back that same night back to my school so that I was able to be here for my graduation because I had 2 ceremonies. I'm gonna put my foundation on. So yeah, I've been dreading our graduation season since a year ago. So yeah, basically last week we had our last final on Monday, I want to say. Yeah. Well, no, I didn't have a final on Monday. What did I have on Monday? I had my last final like 2 weeks ago, but then I had to like pick up my cord and help my professor with stuff on Monday, so I stayed. And then I went home Tuesday because all of my cousins and my aunts and everybody were coming in, and I just wanted to be there to like greet them and help my parents like finish cleaning up the house and stuff. So I went home Tuesday, drove those 2 hours home. Then I went to, we woke up early, went to my sister's graduation, and her ceremony was in the afternoon, but we had to go super early because they only gave her 7 tickets, I want to say. And so I don't know why her school does it like this, but in order to get extra tickets you have to go the day of. I look so crazy right now, but I'm about to take this off. I put too much on. But in order to get extra tickets you had to go literally like an hour or 2 before your ceremony, stand in line and get tickets. Y'all know, especially as a female, we're getting snatched for graduation. Why do you think I have time to do that? And why do you think my family is just gonna just be sitting on campus hoping I get extra tickets? I didn't understand that, but me and my little sister didn't want her to stress about that, so we made sure that we were there at a decent time. My family just stayed in their apartments, and then we just me and my younger sister went and got some extra tickets, and it ended up working out fine, so I'm happy about that. But it was a very stressful event, like trying to make sure we had enough tickets because our family was already with us. So if we didn't get enough tickets, like 2 or 3 people would just be sitting in the apartment waiting, you know. So All right, that was good. I have my turban on, so I'm not gonna go all the way up here, but you guys know the drill. So next I'm going to highlight with my Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I've been loving this color. I actually have been like putting drops of like oil in it to help smoothen it out, and I've been using like my jojoba oil, and I only had to do it like once, and it's still like pretty oily now, so I don't have to keep putting it in there every day. Okay, so then fast forward to Thursday. Well, hers was Thursday, mine was Friday. So Thursday night comes, her ceremony, I don't know why I thought the ceremony would fly and I would be home, because I would literally have to drive home and drive back to my school. So her ceremony started at 3. Y'all, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy breezy beautiful, because they like called every college up at once and was like, okay, well, this is the College of Education, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, you know, they'll just mail them their diplomas. Wrong. After they finished calling everybody's college separately and saying, you know, we say that you can get your degree by the state of whatever. And I was just like, okay. And we're going to bounce. Wrong. Then they were like, all right, now we're going to call everybody individually. I was like, okay. So, and of course, you know, we had to get pictures with all of her friends, and we had to get pictures with family, and then we had to eat because everybody was hungry. So by the time I actually hopped back on the road to go home, y'all, it was already, what, 7 o'clock? Y'all, I was shook. So then my little sister was like, okay, well, I'll come with you so that you know, don't have to be stressed your graduation morning. I'll just come back to your school with you. But she drove with my older sister in her car, and I drove my mom's car. So I was like, okay. So I had to wait for her to get home before I could like hit the road. So finally get home, hit the road, head back. It was a 2-hour drive. I started at 9. I didn't get there till 11 o'clock, and did all that, and then went to sleep. Didn't go to sleep till like 1, because I hadn't seen my little sister in such a long time, because she's so busy with, like, you know, her college stuff, and we were just catching up and having a grand old time. So we were having too much fun. Oh, I got a new setting powder because the LA Girl one was a little too yellow, so I found this one in, I think it's medium. Yeah, translucent medium, and this is a CoverGirl one, and it was only $5. It smells so good, guys. It smells like, if you are like West Indian and you know, like your parents love to wear like French perfumes and stuff like that, or if you know the smell of French perfumes, that's what this smells like. It smells so good. I love it. Or like French powder. My mom used to have like the powder puffs when we were younger. I used to sneak in her room and like dab some on. It smells just like this. Okay. So now I'm gonna just go ahead and do my contour real quick with the cream while that is setting. I think I'm gonna just use the middle shade. If you've seen the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour kit, you know which shade this is. It's just the bottom middle one. I may have to mix in the darkest one too, just to get the look I'm going for. Oh no, this is good. Yeah, that's good. So yeah. Me and Steph stayed up till 1 in the morning, and also because night shift has really ruined me. Like, even if I'm deathly tired, I'll still stay up to at least 1 to 2 in the morning. So that was just gonna happen regardless. So yeah, my graduation morning came. My first ceremony started at 10:30, well 10, so I had to be there at 9:30, and it was just, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have enough time. I think I woke up at like 6:30 and I like curled my hair, and then I started getting ready, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have so much time. I'm gonna be able to like run, swing by Dunkin' Donuts to get some coffee or something and a donut so I can have like something in my stomach. Y'all, I finished my makeup and it was like 8 something. So then my parents called me because they were on the way, and it was actually a pinning ceremony and my mom was pinning me. So she had to be there at 9:30 as well. Y'all, the traffic. And there was so much traffic, and they had called me like almost a good hour before, and they were like, yeah, we're in traffic. And the traffic they were stuck in, the exit was like literally 15 minutes away. So I was like, y'all. So I was like, man, maybe I should, you know, leave. So now I'm starting to rush because I'm texting people in my class like, hey, you know, like, what's the traffic looking like? And they're like, girl, it's bad. You might want to get here because we had to be here at so-and-so time. And we didn't have any graduation rehearsals. Colleges don't do that. At least mine's didn't. So I had no clue where I was sitting. I didn't know what the pinning, you know, would be like. Like, my mom didn't know either. So it was just an all around mess. So I was like, okay, well, let me get there and then we can figure it out. And y'all, it was just shambles. So we finally get there, whole bunch of traffic to get into the actual stadium. And the ceremony was so long. I just felt like it was so long. And the speeches, like, there wasn't a lot of music. So it was just like, you were just like kind of just going through the motions of the whole day. But it was a nice little ceremony. I'm so happy my mom was able to pin me. We had so much fun sitting in the audience. We were just talking the whole time, like, about everything that was going on. I was like showing her my professors and stuff because she never really got to come to see my school. So it was fun to like have that experience with her. So yeah, right after the ceremony was over, then everybody wanted to take pictures, but I also had to be at my other ceremony. The other one started at 2. So it was like 10 to 11:30 was the first ceremony. But by the time you take pictures and all that, y'all, it was already 12. So I was like, and we had to be there at 1 at the other place. So I was like, come on, man. I was stressed because everybody's like, picture, picture. And I'm like, I have to go. So finally, you know, my sisters, they were like, all right, guys, she has to leave. Like, she has to be at her other ceremony. By this time, I'm starving. Like, I didn't get to swing by Dunkin' Donuts. I don't have any snacks at the house at this point because I hadn't been in the house for a good week at this point. So I was like, the week before, I was like, why would I buy groceries if I'm not gonna be here? Y'all, mistake number 1. I should have bought some Hot Pockets or something because I was in shambles. Why is this caking up? Okay, there we go. But so I was starving, and all I really wanted, because it was so hot, mind you, it was supposed to rain that day, but it didn't. And I was actually kind of banking on it because our ceremonies were indoors, so I wasn't gonna be mad. It was so hot, like super hot. I was like, okay, just lovely. So I'm baking, I'm sweating. I have a frontal on, so I mean, you guys know how that goes. Thank God I don't sweat too much around the forehead area, so it didn't pop off that much. And I was gonna put my cap on, so I was like, okay, I'm good to go. So finally I get in the car. There's all this traffic toward, like, in the direction of the stadium that we're going to. And I actually hadn't been to that stadium before, but the one where we had our first ceremony, I'd been there before, so I knew what to expect. The other one, I had no general area of where it was because it was like in the downtown area, and I was like, okay. So I'm driving down there, I'm like, I need to get a drink. So I swing by Popeyes, ladies and gentlemen, and I was like, okay, well, the drive-through line had been wrapped around the building. I was like, let me just run in because I know probably people won't be in there. Y'all, I walk in the Popeyes and the line is thumping. I was like, what's going on? All I want is a Coke. I knew I should have swung by like a gas station. Like, every time I drove past the gas station, I was like, you should have just went in there, should have just went in there. But I didn't think about it like that until after I passed them all. So I literally was like, okay, well, let me just go to this Popeyes. I knew where it was and I'd been to it before. Where's my liner? Oh, here we go. I'm about to do my brows. Well, finish my brows. I've been to it before. So I walk in there and there's all these people standing in the line, and I'm like, should I just tell someone that, you know, hey, I'm graduating, I just want to get 1 Coke, I'm not gonna order food, and then just bounce? I was like, nope, not even worth it, because it was literally a good 15-20 people in line. I was like, lovely. So then I leave and I see my roommate and she's driving. She's like, hey girl, where are you going? I was like, I'm trying to get a drink. She was like, get in the drive-through line. Why did I walk out and the drive-through line was gone? I was like, so y'all are serving people faster in drive-through than inside the store. Okay, cool. So I get in the drive-through line. I was like, might as well get some fries while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So got some fries, got a Coke, and I'm literally like snacking on my fries as I'm driving, sipping on my Coke. It was so hot. And my AC in my car, like, I have a leak in the, I don't know terminology, but basically the pipe where you put the Freon, I kind of have like a little leak. So I get AC, but then it runs out faster. Y'all, I was baking. And I was wearing a velvet bodycon. Come on, Cass. Didn't I even think this through? Y'all, at least I look good, honey, because when I tell you I was super toasty, I was like, this is wild. So I get to the other ceremony. Mind you, we all know I have terrible feet. I need to do a story time on that. But I was like, no, I need to wear heels. It's my college graduation. I'm not gonna wear flats. And it wasn't bad for the first ceremony because we were literally sitting down the whole time. Like, we stood in the back for maybe 10-15 minutes. So my feet were kind of hurting. Like, all the girls were just like, But then once we sat down for like the whole rest of the ceremony, and we got up for 2 seconds to like walk with our pinner. But that was it. But y'all, the big ceremony, they had us standing in the back from literally 1 to 2. 1 to 2. And we didn't even need to stand that long because we got in there, walked up to the table, got our name card, made sure our name was spelled right, and stood in the back next to all of our friends, like all the people that were in our programs. And I was just like, I could have did this in 5 minutes. So literally we were just standing there the entire time. All of us, like, people were taking their shoes off. They were sitting on the floor. Thank God I had my gown. I just like sat on my gown. But I was in shambles back there, and I was like, can we please just start this ceremony? For the love of all that's holy, like, let's get this moving. And they kept making announcements. I was like, I don't care about no announcements. I want to sit down in a chair and just go through these motions with y'all. We were all just pretty much fed up by that point because we didn't have any instruction. Like, nobody had told us, hey, you guys are going to be standing here. This is what it's going to be like. Be prepared. So all the girls, and I actually had chunky heels. So imagine the girls who were wearing like the skinny stilettos, finished. And the little structure they had us underneath wasn't even secure. I was like, come on, man. But yeah, finally, after all that, we finally started walking, and I was getting super hyped because all the like volunteers that were like helping at the stadium, they were like clapping for us. I was like, oh, it's lit. Y'all, we finally get to like the little walkway, and like right before you walk into the arena, child, why were we standing there again for another 10 minutes? I was like, what are y'all doing? Why am I not sitting down? Like, if you're gonna tell me to start walking and we're like walking through the whole building, like it's feeling real. I'm honestly feeling like Beyonce about to jump on stage. Nobody tells Beyonce not to go straight out on stage, so why am I standing here? It was a line of us, again, another 10 minutes. Like, we stood for an hour already. So finally I started walking, my feet are feeling better. Then we're standing again. Like, literally, you could hear everybody sitting down and like talking and stuff, and we were just standing back there. I was like, I was shook. But yeah, after all of that, the ceremony finished. It was a beautiful ceremony, whatever. Then I was finally able to go home. My parents, everybody fell asleep at that ceremony. They like woke up in time to hear my name get called. But I was like, look, y'all can go. Meet me at the apartment. Y'all shouldn't have to suffer more. Because at this point, we had all been to 3 ceremonies within a span of 48 hours. It was crazy. But it was so much fun. I'm glad I got the experience. I'm happy I'm graduated. So it was just so much fun to have all of my family there and to share that moment with them. So I'm happy. So yeah, guys, that is my story time. Now I'm going to just keep doing my makeup so that this video isn't 60 hours long, because that's what it's feeling like. All right, love you guys. See you in the end. This Coastal Scents palette, guys, I really forgot I had it for a minute, and then I picked up this brown because I feel like I never have a good transition color. Like, it never shows up on my skin well. So I busted this out and I was like, wait a minute, girls. This Coastal Scents palette, I think is this my custom one? Oh no, I think this is the fall one, if I'm correct. But yeah, I love this brown. I've had a video on it and I posted all the pictures of the colors if you guys want to see. And then I'm going to use this dark one just to deepen up my crease real quick. But I love these shadows. They're so pigmented. They're a little loose, but they're so pigmented and it's amazing. So yeah, I love, love, love these. Just gonna use this little rounded brush. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a rounded precise brush, and I'm gonna just pick up the dark color and try to like further deepen my crease, because I'm kind of trying to do a little cut crease here, but this is the bootleg version because I'm no makeup artist. You smell me, you got me, you got me. All right, now I'm gonna use this Pro Concealer HD foundation. It's like a foundation and a concealer in one, so you kind of have to work quick with it. But since I'm just doing it on my eyes, it kind of doesn't matter. Okay, so now I'm gonna just use this Wet n Wild color icon palette. I love this thing. It just has like these colors. It's like a nude and then like a peachy color and then a shimmer that matches and then a black and a shimmer that matches, and then the tannish color kind of has like a bluish sparkly whatever going on. But yeah, I love this palette. I don't feel like whipping out my Morphe palette right now to get these two shades or something similar to like a nudish for me, so I'm gonna just use these two, and they're super pigmented, so I love it.